celebrating World Teachers' Day while cultivating minds, influencing futures, and honoring those who teach. On October 5th of each year, we recognize and honor an exceptional group of individuals who play an essential part in the development of our society: teachers. On October 5th, we celebrate World Teachers' Day, a day set aside to appreciate the work and devotion of teachers around the world, to offer our thanks, and to highlight the important impact that teachers have on the lives of all people. If you want to be a part of the next global AI technology powerhouse that believes in providing great education to everyone, then you should read this. At the website www.coolzone.ai, you won't have to pay anything to sign up.
Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. Yeah, believe it or not. The 5th of October. Pretty crazy couple weeks, obviously. Or I hope how the company operates. So they're all hands on deck working on things that any issues that we might have. So rest assured that's happening. Another thing, I made a video on how to, if you elect to use crypto, and only do it if you're comfortable. You're not told to do it, and that's not going to be the only way to pay. So don't get crazy. I did it because I've done crypto before, and I like it, by the way. I did one on how to get into Kraken, but thank God Mr. Michael Williams did one full detail from A to Z. I just put it in the chat. Go look at that. That saves me a lot of time. I'm glad he did it. And he did it like step by step by step by step. You could stop it, play it, stop it, play it. It's beautiful. So, yeah, please go use that if you want to do it. Very good. Very, very good. We had a sad night last night. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris, but I'm going to have to say it. The women of ONPASSIVE
why?
are relentless. They look beautiful, they look sweet, but they're evil, okay? They beat us to death.
You're going to get it for that one.
They are mean to the core. Don't get fooled by the, oh, hello, Marty, how you know? And if they pat you in the back, they're only looking for a soft spot to stick that night. All right.
No skin left on our back. Let's put it that way.
No. Anyway, all kidding aside, they smoked us again, fair and square. But we listen. Every time we ask for more men to come help us, please. If you haven't gone to Princeton University, don't come. No, I'm just kidding. No, but we don't want Welcome Back Cotter. We got enough of that, okay? We got sweat hogs. We're full of sweat hogs. We want someone that has read something more powerful than The Far Side or Dr. Seuss, okay? We've got that mastered. We need somebody book smart because
and religious. We got it. We had a lot of Bible questions last night, which was very good, I thought.
Oh, I love the Bible. That's okay. Yeah. But I have a chance. Anybody interested in any of the guys out there that want to come, it's all for fun.
Yes.
The women did an outstanding job. They have different, they know both sides. You know, back in school when we were worried about catching a football, they were reading books. You know, I mean, that's obvious. That was very apparent last night and the night before.
What test? What test?
What test?
No, but we did. Marty did invite Red Redfern to just to let you know, ladies, that Red might be taking a nap early and coming on Powerhouse. But like Marty said, we're not looking for Welcome Back Cotter kids. We're looking for the Gilligan's Island professor student that wants to come on here. Now, I want to say something, clear the record here. I had a guy the other day text me, why are you turning this all into the trivia? Well, listen, my friend, my brother, we're doing this because it's fun. This is what families do. Not only are we a business, but we come up with new ideas to have fun. We don't get maybe 80 to 100 people that want to play, but I tell this, if I don't like something, I just don't do it. I don't go to it. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm not the trivia dude. I think I answered 6 questions last night. It was very rare for me. But let me tell you this. I had fun doing it. I had a lot of fun doing it. That's what I like. If you don't like it, please go ride your bike. But we have fun with it. And then we talk about a passive, which we're going to do now. Marty, back to you.
That's exactly right. I just want to say a shout out to Julie. She did a fantastic job. Looking for all the questions and not trying to overlap is very difficult. I only did it for 2 times, and it's rough because you do overlap. So very good job, Julie. Unbelievable. And Ava, I missed you last night. You need to come back.
Yes, Ava.
Abba,
Ava.
your teddy bear's telling you have to come back.
Pooh Bear says, "Where are you?"
I'm not going to be Pooh Bear. I'll be Teddy Bear. Pooh,
I'm
not
Pooh
going
Bear.
that
You're Teddy Bear. I'm Pooh Bear.
I thought you were Eeyore. Oh. Anyway, let's get off of that. And let me tell you something more important. I was talking with a few people. You know, I work with Mike and Dan, and we talk about different stuff. And we look back on this journey and what we're in. And as crazy, wild of a thinker that I am amazed at where we're at and what this company has done for us and what they're doing now. You know that if you don't know, there's something wrong. But we all know that right now they are working as hard as you could possibly work. They're working harder than normal people. Normal people work their 8 hours, they might do some overtime, and they leave. Everyone from Mr. Mufara, his whole team, his whole core team, whatever you want to call them, that team that he has put together are working as hard as they can, not because of how much they make. And let me tell you something. When you tell people to go home and they don't want to go, that's dedication. That's more than a business. And what was beautiful about ONPASSIVE, and I've always said this, the people are what matters. If you get the people that know the quality and know how to do technology and know AI, which we have the best of the best, the next thing, which is even more valuable, is the people and if they care and if they're in it to win it for everyone. And that's what he surrounded himself with. Founder side and corporate side. That's why we're unstoppable. And like he said, the CEO's CEO is God. Okay? The CEO's CEO is God. And he always thanks God. I know he does. I do. Many people do. This is not an accident. You do not have something this big, this powerful, and it's going to be easy, smooth running every day. Trust me. Yeah, every day it's going to get a little better, a little better, a little better. But nobody on the outside of the fences of ONPASSIVE or the walls of ONPASSIVE are going, go, Ash, go, ONPASSIVE, go. No, no, no. That's not the way it works. No, there's arrows shooting over the fence. There's hand grenades flying over the wall. I mean, that's the way things are in this life. But we keep going forward. We keep pushing ahead, and watch what happens. Every time there's a wall up that a normal person would just say, okay, freak it, I'm going to stop here. We'll take what we got and let's just work with this. That's not Mr. Mufara. And let me tell you something. Thank God he's not that way. Because any man I know alive, anyone, would have pulled the plug or at least stopped at a certain level. They went and they went and they went because he wanted unlimited everything. To have unlimited everything, you have to have a foundation that can handle unlimited everything. I mean, and look what we've done. Look what the company has done. Look what we're involved with. Look who they hired. Look where we don't even know. I mean, the sad thing is we didn't get to focus a lot on the big deals that happened in the last week and a half. I mean, they were big. But I think when the smoke clears and a lot of these little issues get ironed out and we get the corporate to come back, and I'm going to tell you this from experience, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I do know this. They're working harder for me than I've ever worked for me in my life, for me and my family. And I know when we see Mr. Mufara and we come into a webinar, I don't care when it is, we're going to go, wow, that's amazing. Guarantee it. Oh, thank God, that's amazing. But I believe it before I see it. And people need to get there. You know that up ahead, clearing out the path for us to go, is warriors and unpassive. From Mr. Mufara, his dream team, tech team, all of them, the whole family is ahead, plowing down all the weeds and trash and trees that are in the way to make this beautiful platform that we're all going to, live on. We're going to live here. So I'm really happy with that. My prayers are always for Mr. Mufara, always for the tech team. Um, don't get wrapped up in today. And part of the reason we're doing trivia or we're educating, like I said, thank God Mike Williams did the crypto. It's something you could focus on. Let's look. I never believe in sitting and waiting and going, what if, what happened, how do we? No, listen, we had no say in what was done so far. None. We did not make any decisions on the company side of it. Thank God. No, I mean, who here could have designed this company any better than the way it was designed? I know no one. I met a lot of you, nobody, and there's smart people in ONPASSIVE, no doubt about it. There's some smart founders. I get it. But no one had anything to do with the blueprint of ONPASSIVE. No one. Thank God above. Because an average person, and I'm not putting anybody down, average person, even above average, which are founders, above average people are founders. I believe that. None of us laid any part of the blueprint of ONPASSIVE, and you should thank God every day because the person that did it had in his mind do it or die. I never liked him to say it, but I get it. I get it. Because as soon as you put a doubt in your head, like this is good enough, this is good, you'll never go ahead. And he just doesn't operate in that sphere. It's not even on his planet. It's not in his head. It's nothing to do. I don't think it's in his wife, his children. Nobody is there. We're going to stop here, stop here. We're going to get better and better and better and better. And we're going to change the world. You don't change the world by having some hunky-dory group with, a few people that, you rah, rah, rah. That's not going to do it. You have to work hard to change the world. And that's exactly what he's doing. And I'll never forget it. And that goes for Mr. Kamal, Mr. Nazal, Professor Susan, the hours that they're spending. I don't give a rat's behind what anybody makes. I don't care how much money Mr. Mufara has. Life is life. And every second that ticks by is one day less we're going to be on this planet. They could have done anything else besides going sleepless, traveling, don't know what country they're in. They probably don't know what day it is. And they're working around the clock. When they lay down, in their mind is ONPASSIVE. When they get up, in their mind is ONPASSIVE. And you know what Ash is thinking? He doesn't look over his shoulder and see everybody behind him. He can't because he's got 1 million people on his shoulder. 1 million. And he cares about every one of us. So please keep that in mind. Let's stay straight. Let's keep going. Listen, I only see good things happening. I don't need to see Mr. Mufara every day. I just want to make sure he's okay. Other than that, I'm not questioning what he's doing, but I have no right to. How can I question somebody that's done something I've never done? I think you should do that. How? What? That's ignorant. It's be like going to Michael Jordan to tell him how to shoot a ball. I mean, what's my big ass doing out? Hey, Michael, come here. Nice shoes. Here's how you do it. Come on. Mr. Mufara, here's how you run a unicorn before it's born company built with heart. Come here. Let me give you some pointers. I mean, we got people like that. I don't know why we don't.
You probably can give Jane Fonda a few pointers on aerobics, Marty. I bet.
Yeah. Maybe. Even then, I don't look quite as good as she does in spandex. But in fact, I never did. She probably still looks better. It means she's 80. And anyway, I just want to get that across. And it's, people say, "Oh, you're kind of like this big watchdog." You damn right I am. Look, when you've been where I've been, done what I've done, seen what I've seen, worked with thousands of people. I worked all over the country to meet somebody like Ash Mupar, and I don't give a rat's ass what people say or some jackass says on a video. That means nothing to me. I go by facts. I know people here. Okay. I've heard a lot of people, great talkers. And give me about 20, 30 minutes. I go, no, he's full of crap. Mr. Mupara, I knew from the beginning he's special. And the only thing I was wrong about is how special he really is. It's bigger and better than I thought. But only a person like that could take on this task of ONPASSIVE, my opinion. Now, I didn't have anything to say, so I'm going to turn it over to Chris.
Wow, I'm going to bounce off that a little bit. You know, my job, I was called the last man, yard dog, or the last man standing. And let me tell you how I was. I was literally dedicated to Ford Motor Company. My boss knew who I was, and she knew I cared. I had actually multiple bosses. Literally 5 or 6 minutes before the end of my shift, while I'm watching everyone walk out the door, my boss comes and said, Chris, I need this car. I had six parking lots that I'd find these cars for them. It wasn't fun. But she knew that I was going to do whatever it took to find that car to make sure that customer was happy. We had cars that were built later. They were way behind schedule, and we tried to bring those up to date, get them up in front of the line, and that was one of the biggest responsibilities I had, finding late cars. Now, the tables have reversed in my situation. Ash Mavara is the last man standing. He's not saying, Chris, I need you to figure out this technical issue. He said, Chris, go home, get some rest. I got this. He listen, I was talking to Marty yesterday. Ash does need to sleep once in a while, but if you remember his words, do it or die. Now, of course, I never like the saying because I don't ever want to see anyone die, but he literally means that. He's going at this 24/7, nonstop to get everything right. He's given us many options how to do things, many options. And I love the options because I didn't have an option at my job. Hey, Chris, you're going to show up at 5 o'clock every day. That's your option. That was my option. I don't have, my option right now is I can go to bed when I want if I'm not playing trivia. I can wake up when I want because I'm retired. I don't really worry about anything that Ash is doing because I have 100% faith in what he's doing. We were just talking, myself, Marty, and Red. I said, this is the time where people start getting a little crazy because they haven't heard Ash talk. And I called it a phobia. I forgot what name I gave it. Good trivia question, by the way, Marty. And what happens? People start complaining. And okay, I understand some of the complaints. I get it, but I don't. Because in a few days, Ash always came out with something after the part where he's working 24/7, comes out and said, all right, guys, this is what we did. And then you had the baby. You forgot all about it. And that's what I ask people is I get questions like you wouldn't believe. Questions that are 30 years from now, which are my favorite answers. Hey, let's worry about it when we get there, okay? I don't know if I'm going to be here in 30 years. I hope I am. I know my kids are going to be, my grandkids are going to be. But back to Ash Mafara. Do it or die. He, like Marty said, he's got the weight of the world, as far as I'm concerned, on his shoulders every day. All right? If Ash Mafara, when he doesn't answer us, which he hasn't in a week, text Marty here and there, we know that he's 6 feet digging a hole right now. He's got mud under his fingernails. He's probably got sweat coming down him. His back is probably bleeding because he hadn't sat down in a while. But he's doing that for us. Now, you can take what I say with a grain of salt because Marty made a good point. Usually the people that complain the most have done the least. What's an ONPASSIVE? That's an option, right? I tell people, here's the option when I got into ONPASSIVE. I was told, you're going to make 2 payments. You're going to pay your $97, and then you're going to pay your first package fee. Now, Mr. Ash gave us the $97 back. We didn't know that was an option. He gave it back to us. Basically, we're going to pay for our first product. Now, we run into some little things here and there. And what is he doing? He's not stopping anything. Crypto's that option there that people are using right now. Michael did a great video. I watched it. I learned. One thing I will say is you can't copy and paste a main link like I see a lot of people doing. When you do type in something, make sure it's exact to the T. That's what you got to be careful with. But just be careful with that. But we're doing things to help you. Marty made the videos. Michael just made this great video to help you out. But you do got to follow it to a T and just pay attention to what you're doing. But Ash Mafara, he basically says, guys, do what you got to do. Let me get this done. And that's what we're doing. I'm not texting him at all, period, because I know what he's doing right now. And that's who he is. That's how he's always been since I've known him. And before I didn't know him, he was the same way. He had that same mindset as always he's saying we can do better. We can do better. You know, how many of you go out and buy a brand new car and sit in it and say, they could have done this better? You don't do that. You're going to call up the Fords and say, hey, I think you need to have a gear shifter heater because my hand was cold this morning. You get it. You jump in it and you drive it. Ash Mafara is saying, you're going to get in my company, our company, this family. You're going to start the motor and you're going to drive away and it's going to take you anywhere you want. Maybe we'll hit a bump here and there, but that's okay. We're just going to keep going. And right now, that's what Ash Mafara is doing. He's not shutting anything down. He's got that one option open right now. Crypto. Let me figure this out. So I ask people, you don't have to send me questions about the pay. I still have people every day ask, say, is the cards worth? I'm going to tell you right now. The reason I'm doing a live with Marty, right, because I don't want to waste your time for 2 lives. We do 3 lives a day. Get out with Marty. And Ash Mafara is doing everything possible to make you look like a rock star, to make sure your kids are going to have a great life, that you're going to have a great life. Hey, man, nobody at Ford, my boss went home every night at the same time. Chris, I need you for a couple more hours. I got it. She knew how much I cared. I know how much Ash Mafara cares when he says, Chris, you go, get to bed. I got this. And that's what he's doing for all of us. So don't question something that you had nothing to do with, but we're giving it to better your life. That's what I'm saying. My boss used to ask me things. I'm like, geez, Pete's boss, I've been here 16 hours. I just want to go home. Chris, just give me another hour. You're right. The customer comes first. I believe in that. Ash Mafara believes in the customer is number one. He believes in the founders are number one, and he's going to keep going. He don't ask us to do anything. All this stuff you're seeing us do, we volunteer to do it. Why? Because we care. True that. Marty Degarmo, back to you.
Wow, I was having so much fun with the chat. Anyway, let me get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, I know we say the same things, but man, I just want to tell you, there's a more peaceful walk in ONPASSIVE if you at least get to the very low level that me and Chris are. No, I'm serious. It's a very peaceful walk.
Yeah.
I get up in the morning. Some people call me or they say something and I hear stress or I hear anxiety and you can't make somebody stop doing that. The anxiety is as real as the air. It's as real. But what I want to tell people is to get out of that, you have to tell yourself, where have we been? What have we seen? What has ONPASSIVE done to this point? And if you wrap your head around that, and what is the intent? Because now we know the intent. And I'm not talking about a politician. I'm talking about an honest, unbelievable human being. We know that the intent of Mr. Mafara. We know it. If you keep focused on there's only key things in this company that you need to focus on. And if you focus on them, the other stuff will be very small and you won't have as much anxiety. Okay? Mr. Mafara built this company to take care of everyday people like us. He built it with heart. That's one. Number two, I don't have this. I don't have. Listen, nobody, not a living soul can enter ONPASSIVE except through a founder. That's number two. The products will be above market value. That's a guarantee. We've already seen it. That's three. Unlimited potential income. That's four. Okay, now if you add all that up and you're going to change the world and you get to tell somebody, listen, and this is coming from somebody, okay, I know what broke is. I know exactly what it is. My face used to be the poster child. The point is, if you know that it could change your life, I don't mean just a day, an hour, but actually change your life where you can get out of listen, everybody says money's the root of all evil. Yes, it is if you have to put your mind to it. If your mind has to be wrapped in dollar bills or yen or shekels or whatever, if your mind spends so much time with that, that's evil. But why do we? Because we don't have enough. And in some cases, we're greedy and we want more than we need. If you didn't have those two things, let's say you don't have debt. If you need something, you can get it. If you want to bless somebody, you can. And live the life you only dreamt of. What the freak else could you want? No, I'm serious. What else could you want? And listen, maybe it won't happen with some people, but I want to tell you this, and this is my honest belief. If you can't make it non-passive, stay offline and hope that you make enough when you retire and hope that you're healthy enough that you're mobile enough to move around until they put you in the ground. Because if you can't make it non-passive, you won't make it anywhere. I guarantee it. And some of the people that you look up to in the last 10, 15, 20 years, the gurus or whatever you want to call them, they're struggling. And we said this last night in a webinar. Don't focus on, well, I gave the guy the link. I talked to the guy about it, and he doesn't want to do this, and he doesn't want to. No. You ever hear of Johnny Appleseed? He did not drop the seeds and wait for the tree to grow. He planted seeds and kept moving. Then one day, he turned around and he saw a forest. That's what's going to happen in ONPASSIVE. The acreage is unlimited. Remember the pig story. There's no fences, no walls in ONPASSIVE. Plant it and walk. Plant the seed and walk. I'm telling you, even people that made fun of you, laughed at you, whatever, they're coming in ONPASSIVE. They might come in like you're going to hear stories. I always knew that was good. I just want to make sure you were okay first. Whatever dumb stories people come up with, they're coming. For one thing, just a customer in general, are looking for value and they're tired of being tricked. Why do people hate buying a car? Because they don't like the idea of getting a new car? No, that's not it. They don't like the idea of dealing with the dealership because they don't know if the guy's giving them a runaround. Am I a good talker? I'm not a good talker. Like, why do you have to go with the mentality that you got to play chess to pay for a car that's already probably you can't afford? But wouldn't it be nice to go somewhere and the sticker price is right there, no negotiations, and you could go to any other dealership that deals with automobiles and yours is 60, 50, 60, 70% less. And if you buy it from them and you drive it, you can make a commission. What the freak? No, I mean, do they have to advertise eventually? No. You only have to share good with a handful of people a few times before that will spread like wildfire. Someday we will be the hunted completely. And that means we're not going to need to advertise outside of ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE will be the place that people come to advertise through.
Yep.
That's a fact. Okay, I'm done rambling. I'm going to give it back to Chris, and then I'm going to say some howdies.
Yeah, I think, when Marty, and I used to tell this to Marty all the time. I said, man, I just can't stand repeating the same thing over again, but it's something we have to do. But then I thought about everything in life is always a repeat.
Everything.
Every year, we know Christmas comes, Easter comes, Thanksgiving. It's the same repeat over and over. Get your pumpkins. Make sure you come to our store. It's everything. This whole world is a repeat. And you know what? The rest of the world don't pay for repeating. We do. We pay them.
Mm-hmm.
And Passive has tools that are all going to pay us. Where Ford Motor Company sells you a car, but they surely don't give you a commission for driving that car around and advertising for them, do they? Like Marty said. Everyone does that. But I'm Passive. Passive is paying you to use their tools. Ford Motor Company, 32 years. They never said, Chris, we're going to give you a bigger discount. We're going to let you drive this car around and we're going to pay you for it because we believe in you and we believe in our company. Nobody. Do you think, does Apple tell me, Chris, I'm going to pay you every time you say my name, iPhone? Hell no, they don't. Think about that. So when you question on Passive, question everything else in life, because Passive is the only one that's giving back. When's the last time a gas company said, let's give these people a break and let's make gas $1 a gallon every December so people can maybe have a little bit more money to buy gifts for their family. Have they ever done it? No. Quarterly billion-dollar profits. I don't hear one of you complaining about the gas companies completely ripping you off. On Passive is that company that's just going to keep giving and giving and giving, and all you got to do is be a little patient and let the CEO do what he does best, perfect it, and let it ride. Marty, that's all I got. Do some shout outs, brother.
All right, I'm going to, but I want to say something. Chris reminded me again, we repeat a lot and we're redundant on things, but memory is a gift and it's a curse. A memory is great when you have good memories of things and you remember it. And then, like my mother passed away, that day, that feeling, that day was so horrendous. But as time went on, it fades away. Not my love for my mom, but the hurt from the day. Thank God, in a way, memories calm down, that the edges get smoothed over. The same thing I've said to Chris before, and I've said here at least 200,000 times. People say, well, you talk about the same thing. Listen, everything in life, like he said, is a repeat. But here's the difference. If Johnny comes up and Johnny wants to know something about something, and you mention that day, the 5th of October, and you mention it, Johnny, for him, that's the first time he ever heard it. Even if you said it 200 times before. Another prime example, go to church every single Sunday. I've been in church that lasted 4 and 5 hours, 4 or 5 different ministers going through the church. The thickness of that Bible and the amount of words in that Bible has not changed for hundreds of years since King James hired people or whatever he did to put it together. Okay. Why is it that after 63 years or 60 years, I can't remember what they told me 50 years ago? Because that's life, guys. We need to be reminded. If we all knew everything and retained it, and just never forgot, life would suck, by the way. Because if your big times and your high times, you went on a cruise and you would never need to go on a cruise again because that memory would never diminish. You know it was a good time, but that feeling's not quite the same. So you go again. You go again to get that back again. Same with church, same with ONPASSIVE. People come to listen because they need to hear it again. And like I said, I went to church and heard things over and over and over. And that one day, something said that I know I've heard 1,000 times. My mind was open to hear it, and I actually heard it. I heard it in my bone marrow. Big difference. And I think that's the same with ONPASSIVE. I think that's the same with learning in school. I think it's the same with everything. Memory is a plus and a minus. Thank God our memories diminish a little because No, because pain would never leave. Chris would not want to live the same day his mom passed away, day after day after day after day. I don't want to do the same. My brother was killed in Vietnam, wiped out my whole family. 2 years later, my second brother was killed in a car accident. Both of them 20 years old. It was devastating to the family and everything for like 4 or 5 years, 6 years straight. It affected everybody from the oldest to the youngest, relatives, my mother, everything. But time went on, and God said, we're going to smooth over the edges. We never forget there's a little piece missing, but it doesn't run your life. That's the same with good. Because if you're pumping up good in, good is what you expect. And that's what unpassive is. Unpassive pumps enough good in you, you start to expect good. That's why the negative butt wipes out there that only do negative, they don't understand good. That's why they're against it. Anyway, let me do some shout outs.
Marty, wait, real quick. I just thought, what's everyone's worst reminder? What do they get reminded every month? You're flipping bills. You get reminded every month you got to pay your house payment, your car payment, your phones, your kids, this, that. You've been reminded of a lot of things. And this is what I'm saying. Let Unpassive take away that reminder in the future and let them worry about that kind of stuff. Let it go and give it to Unpassive. How's that for a new saying? And then I say, let it go, give it to God always. But I can refer to that. Let Unpassive take away those worries for you. Just give it a little time. You know what? 57 years old and I still don't know it all. Marty will tell you that. I've been waiting for Unpassive. I've been waiting for the robot that comes and does my job. Unpassive is that robot. Unpassive is the guy or the girl that's going to go to work for me every single day so I can live a little bit. I want you to think about that. I see people asking silly questions in the chat. Where's the excitement? The excitement is, if you don't know what the excitement is, get out. I don't want you. Get out. Have fun with what we have now. Don't ask me silly questions about your future is set. That's all you need to worry about. When it happens, will be soon. And I promise you this, when Ash comes out with something new, if not before him, myself, Marty, Red, will be doing a live. When you see us popping on a live, you know something's going down. So don't forget that. Marty, shout him out.
All right, I'm going to shout it out before we keep going because we've already been 38 minutes. We've had close to 400 people today. Thank you very much for coming here. And like I said, we're here to inspire. Motivation comes from within. Anyway, let me go say some howdies. Boom. I don't want that. Live chat. Okay, sorry. All right, stop.
The dogs are excited.
The dog's yelling, Casey's everything. Robert Williams, how you doing? Samarda Ray, Rose Maccabee, welcome. Yin Yang 44-4 is always here. Robert and Chulo's in the house. The Beeb is here. Don Parker, my brother, is in the house. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money, greed, selflessness, pride. There you go, Don. Should have had you on the darn show. And Kylie, what's up? Patricia, the one and only parent, is here. Hello, Patricia. Juanita Slack. Hello, Juanita. Glad you could make it. Connie Modes, thank you. Leonard Edwards is in the house. Chandan Mujamdar, welcome. Purdy Hendry, hello. A single seed has the potential of millions of fruits. No doubt about it. That's exactly right. There's the link from Michael. Did a fantastic job. Give him a shout out. It's a lot of work doing what he did. And plus, he really did in depth. I was working on it and I saw that and I went, thank you, God. Bill, the one and only Mustberg, the guy that created, he changed people's lives. No doubt about it, Bill. You can always take a bow to that. Casey Zevenbergen. Almost lost my voice. Ojanda T, what's up? Robert Williamson's in the house. Marty, unpassive. I'll take that. Money is only bad in the hands of the wrong people. You're exactly right, Myra. I believe that. I've seen it. Not only I believe it, I've seen it. Prablin Ponduk, welcome. Robert Tantula, I said hello. Eric Kessler, Eric the man, Eric the one that is the life preserver for the men.
Yes.
Greg Duda, what's up? M. Colley, Clover Kelly, Robert, good afternoon. Roy Calvin, hello, Roy. Who's that? Oh, never mind. Juanita Slack, I said hello. Bali, Pushpin Media. And Elizabeth McPhee, hello, Elizabeth. Glad you can make it. Rob Gorman's in the house. We got Sean, my brother Cyrus is still here. Look at him. Sean's been in before me. A lot of you have, actually. Frank Rowe, my brother, what's up, buddy? Where are we at? We're cooking with grease. Leonard Edwards, I said hello. Oh, I'm getting through this quick. Angie Lynn, hello, Angie. I'm glad you could make it. I said hello to Connie Mode. Sean's in the house. Gifty, there's Gifty. Hello, Gifty. Hara Sai is in the house. There's my man Duda. No, Greg Duda. He's a unicorn guy. My gosh, he's got every unicorn on the planet there. Chris Tozan, hello, buddy. Chris DeGrassa, Clover Kelly. There's Willow. Hello, Willow. Marty Degarmo and Captain Chris. That's who he is. Yeah. All right. That's all I have. Thank you for the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you want to get videos. And if anything comes up, any news, keep checking the back office. Remember, when you don't hear from Mr. Mufara, he's not on a yacht cruising the Caribbean. Okay.
Marty.
What?
You told this lady to call you yesterday, I think. It's trouble.
No.
Hold on. Let me get her loud. Where's the volume? Let me get her louder. Hi, Julie. You look beautiful today. Butter them up. That's what you got to do. Look who's here, Marty.
Oh, no. Julie.
Oh, and congratulations, Julie, on your very first Connect. We forgot about that because you beat us so bad. We woke up. We didn't know what to say.
Especially when we whoop you. After we whoop you, I love you guys more.
Well, we've got a secret weapon coming tonight. All the way from the UK.
Hey, Julie, when we lose, you love us more. Please stop loving me so much, okay?
Yeah. Did you hear that, Julie? Say it again, Marty. She didn't hear you. She's on a delay.
Julie, you said you love us more when we lose. Stop loving us so much, okay?
I want to love you guys more tonight.
No.
Ouch. Oh, it's on, girl. It's on.
Why does my butt already hurt and I haven't even gone there yet?
You stuttered her.
Listen, I love to hear you guys beg for help. Beg for help. Please come and help us against these.
What did she say, Marty? I can't understand her accent.
Yeah. Oh, I think you have a rainstorm.
I think it's raining.
Yeah.
In St. Lucia, it's raining again.
It's all right.
Hey, ask her where she got the AI cloud at that she can call over every time it's our turn.
Yeah. All right, be ready. Bring your boots, Julie, because it's going to get real deep tonight. Remember that.
Is it Ash you're bringing on?
Oh, no, he's too busy. But, man, if we brought Ash on, you wouldn't need any of us.
Okay. Listen, Marty, I have 5 bamboo trees in my yard, so.
All right, Julie, we'll talk to you later.
Later. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Thanks for the great job.
Bye. Oh, Lord, you're a crazy lady.
What a beautiful lady. What a
Yeah,
beautiful lady
she's
that
fun.
is. She-
I have to say that she's turned out to be a lot of fun, and she's smart.
yeah.
Another one that came out of nowhere and said, "You think I can do something with you guys?" Well, you did it all yourself, Julie. Once again, another one that just got in there and got her hands dirty, and then
And I want to tell everybody, thank God she's asking the questions, because if not, she would be another one that's answering them. Okay. Yeah. So
she's very good at that. I'm thinking about going to buy a trivia game tonight just to find they have a big box of cards. Of all the trivia.
I think we could practice with us walking back Carter Crew, and we're never going to get it.
I got 6 last night.
You did very well.
Bible.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Chris, thanks. I'm glad you came on with me. That made it even more fun, actually. Yeah.
What else
And
we got to do?
Not much.
I got to answer. Big guy says hi, by the way. I got to answer him.
Let me end this.